Hi, this is Mike, founder of Path to Math Clarity. Today we're going to talk about holistic math, what it means to learn math and teach math in a holistic way. Often my students come to me thinking that math is about the logical part of the brain, but I've found that intuition and creativity can also be used to do math. To use intuition and creativity along with logic means you are using more parts of yourself and more of your capabilities. That's what I mean by saying it's holistic. But how can it be that math is creative? Isn't everything in math either 100% right or 100% wrong? What wiggle room is there? It's true that most math problems have only one right answer, and that can be intimidating to students who struggle. If they feel confused or uncertain, they feel sure that they'll make a mistake. But I teach my students that there's always more than one way to go about solving a problem. You may not always feel certain you know the answer, but you can always make a guess about what to try. Even if your guess is wrong, you can learn from it and put yourself on track. So let's talk about using both sides of your brain. You may have heard that the brain has two sides, the left and the right, and that they're good at different things. They function in different ways. I will call these the left brain way and the right brain way. Holistic tutoring uses both sides. Here's a chart that shows some contrasting styles of thinking. On the left you can see ways that the left brain thinks about things. On the right you can see ways the right brain thinks about things. So for instance, the left brain is good at logical thinking, while the right brain is better at creativity. The left brain is good at following a method or a formula. The right brain might be more comfortable following a hunch or guessing. The left brain knows hard facts, things that are true or false. The right brain can use intuition. The left brain may be good at recalling a list of information. The right brain can look at a list and recognize familiar and meaningful elements of that list. The left brain likes to stick to familiar plans, while the right brain is open to unexpected discoveries. The left brain is good at something called slow thinking, which is methodically thinking through possibilities. The right brain is better at fast thinking, that is, knowing things immediately, all at once. So let's talk about using right brain skills to solve math problems. First, you might look at the problem and ask, does this problem look familiar? Maybe you've seen problems like this before. You're using a kind of intuition and the ability to recognize meaningful things. You don't necessarily need to understand the proper method yet. Then ask yourself if anything looks new or different. Again, you're using your ability to recognize patterns when they're written down in front of you. That's your intuition, your right brain. Many students are in a hurry to solve a problem, so it's important to take a moment simply to recognize and acknowledge what's present and whether those things are familiar or unfamiliar. That can give you a clue where to go next. You may not know what method to use, so make a guess. It's not important whether your first guess is correct. Even a wrong first guess can still get you to the right answer. Maybe you guess that using the quadratic formula is the right way to approach this problem. Now you begin to work through the quadratic formula. Here you're using more of the left brain way, logical thinking and following a method. Maybe it works, but more likely you'll want to stop after a few steps and check your progress. Checking your work is a different use of your brain. In checking, you can more easily see your mistakes. You can use your intuition. If there's something wrong in your answer, usually you'll feel it. When you stop and breathe for a moment, you may suddenly recall other methods or formulas you can use to solve the problem. I call this guess and check. You guess about how to proceed, you do a little work, then you stop to check if you're going in the right direction. Let's say in the process of checking you do find something wrong. You might feel discouraged or feel like giving up, but there's another option. You can learn from your mistake. You can discover something about how math works and use that knowledge to set yourself on the right track. Let's say you've learned something from your mistake and now you can continue. You make another guess about where to go next. You try that and check how it's working. You continue guessing and checking until you feel confident about your answer. This is not just for students who struggle. A holistic tutoring method can make a big difference for students who feel insecure. Knowing they can afford to make a few mistakes when working a problem can bring relief. But it's just as important for students who are confident at most math and then they want to expand their abilities and tackle new kinds of problems. Guess and check can be an important part of encountering new problems and solving harder problems. So thanks for listening to my video. If you're interested in learning more about my holistic tutoring approach or to schedule a session, please visit my website at pathtomathclarity.com.